Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Sundays with the Sprinkles. I'm Brett Sprinkle. Joined with me is Brandon Shanahan, as always. And Brandon, I love how you switch up the intro music without fucking saying anything because I was genuinely startled when I heard the new tune.
Well, because the previous two intro videos that we had, I licensed the music through Adobe Express, which means that I've purchased access to this song,
Mm-hmm.
and every single time it gets dinged for copyright, and I'll enter in the copyright information that came with the purchase, and then it gets cleared, but it doesn't catch it until after it's been uploaded, and it's a process every time. So this one I try to just get some generic piece of shit music from Adobe Express to see if I can get away with that one time. And then I also forgot to fade out the music, so it looked like shit. So I apologize to everybody who was probably just sitting at home throwing up after that. So I
Yeah, it's like
apologize to them.
everyone, well, like all of our fans that gather around, they bring their families into the living room on Sundays. They turn us on. We're the first thing people see. And then that's the first thing they see is like, I would throw up personally. I
Yeah,
almost did throw up, honestly.
yeah, that's tough. That was a tough look.
Is like, did you see that guy that got fucking smashed by a roller coaster this week? That was me right there. That's how I felt. So what's going on, buddy? It's been a fun week. Celtics win the championship. Oilers are battling back. The Kansas City Chiefs might move to Kansas, which I think is hilarious. We'll get into that a little bit more later. Tyler Sprinkle says he's going to join us, but I mean, it's only his show, so why would he? So I'm not holding my breath.
Yeah, I mean the over under is 1.5 sprinkles. We hit the under most days. Every now and then like Iowa football. Every now and then we'll surprise you and hit the over, but it's not often.
It's I mean, it's just like you change the music without saying anything. It's like it's Tyler going to show up. I don't know. He's just not going to say anything. We're just good. If we get him, we get him. That's great.
If we get him, we get him.
But yeah, there's always well, I mean, I was talking to you before the show. I always love how Tyler's just so confused by the things we do at the same time every single week. It's like, wait, you thought you meant 10 Eastern? I thought you meant 10 Central. Like, yeah, no, we've only been doing 10 Eastern for the past 4 weeks, buddy. I get it. You haven't been here. You don't know.
Yeah, yeah, I feel it.
Gotta learn. I mean, we can start big news of the week. The NBA finally has a champion after 3 months of the playoffs. The Celtics finally, I mean, it was pretty much a foregone conclusion when the playoffs started. That's the Celtics were going to win. I thought once the Nuggets lost, obviously. Um,
Yeah,
but the Celtics, they were just dominance. I mean, every time I looked at the fucking TV, Al Horford was hitting a three, and that just doesn't seem fair to me.
yeah. I mean the whole team is insane. They have a designated guy they bring off the bench to hit half court buzzer beaters, which is insane, and he hits them. Like I don't. Because there were two different games in this finals where I'm like, maybe the Mavs can, use the break, whether it's at the end of the quarter, the halftime, to readjust. And then this fucking dude just comes off, who I've never heard of before, and then hits a half court shot at the buzzer. I'm like, all right, never mind. Never mind.
Is it
It's over.
is that Peyton Pritchard guy?
I think so. I think
Okay,
so. I think he
I
hit
saw a
one like going into
meme.
the fourth quarter and then one going into halftime. I'm like, this isn't. If they're doing this shit, it's over.
They're just doing tricks on it. Um, Joe Mazzulla apparently loves the town, and I saw a meme where it was that scene from the town where the guy in the nun mask is looking at the little white kid, and somebody said that was Joe Mazzulla recruiting Peyton Pritchard when he was a kid.
I love it.
Yep. So they're doing they did the parade yesterday. Jason Tatum kind of cringe, huh? Have you
Dude,
seen that?
he's actually the cringiest person I've ever known. And like I heard a lot of flack from the Nuggets last year about having like an auraless finals champion or like an
Mm-hmm.
auraless champion, which I mean now that we have Jason Tatum, it's
You get it now.
I
You get the
am
criticism.
going through like physical withdrawals from not having Jokic plastered on top of a bus.
Yeah, bro. That
It's
dude, buddy, just want to go back to his horses. He's like, you know what? I'll get drunk for a few days.
yeah,
Like
man, I'll party.
taking the hit. Yeah, I was like, I guess
Bruce
I'm
Brown told
celebrate
us
the
he was coming
champion.
back. I mean,
Yeah,
Coach Mike Malone was talking about how they're the Lakers' daddy, and he was right. He still
still
is
is
right.
right. Yeah,
Um,
hot takes
and
exposed.
meanwhile, like my favorite part of this final is the compilations of Jason Tatum just absolutely ripping other people's shticks. Like that
Do
whole
tell.
So, first of all, right when they won the championship, that post game interview he's trying to be Kevin Garnett.
Yeah,
And
that was the worst thing I've ever seen in my life because it was just so. Oh God, it just made my
yeah,
skin
like
crawl.
if Kevin Garnett was also Kamala Harris telling Joe Biden that they won the election, we did it, Boston. That was
We did
disgusting.
it.
He's first of all he was clinging, and I don't know this one might be a little bit niche, but after he got the finals trophy, he didn't let it go. Like it was the finals MVP trophy that he didn't win.
Mm-hmm.
Which not in the
Well,
spirit
you
of
can't. You're not when you're not good. You can't win an MVP. I've found out.
that's true. That's true, and it makes sense. And then then when he was doing it was like a celebration.
Oh,
Oh, we got the Sprinkles here.
there he
Hey, that's a
is.
new room. It's a lot
Yeah, he's
bigger of a
upstairs in
room.
the office.
Hey.
Sophia must be gone. Let him move upstairs.
Brooks downstairs.
What's Brooke doing downstairs?
He's playing NCAA right now, I think.
I got it. Yeah, I don't even know why I asked. I should have that was an obvious guess.
Yeah, I expected him to be sleeping or something when I went down there. Nope, he's just up. I think he's
grinding.
Utah, or no, not Utah, Wyoming. Grinding it out.
Bro, tell him to just wait for next month.
Either that or he's Iowa State.
Well, then he's a
Iowa State's
bitch, and he needs to get out of your house immediately.
No shot. That's a good one.
But we're talking NBA Finals. Tyler Brandon was just making a point on how cringy Jason Tatum was.
Yeah, didn't watch it. Don't care.
All right, well, good sports talk. Brandon, go ahead. Continue with your thought.
So he was. They were at a celebration, and I think the celebration might have been in Miami because I heard
Yeah,
that
which
was
was
one of the
weird.
things that they did. So
Yeah.
that was cool. He did the whole Kanye. They wondered what would happen if we never won. I guess we'll never know. So that was gross. Oh boy, the whole thing has just been very cringy, and I'm not having a little bit of fun. And, I didn't think that I would get I would mind the Celtics winning a championship. Like it's fine. I think it's funnier if the longer they went without winning it. But I mean, this has been awful. Oh, he said he was doing an interview with Brian Scalabrine of all people, and Brian was like, "Hey, so you're celebrating this championship out in Miami. I know it's you've had some tough times out in Miami." And he's like, "Oh no, they've always been easy."
That one got to me too, because I was like, "Bro, you just got bounced 365 fucking days ago by them in the first round. Like, what are we talking about?
When they were
It's
an
always been
8
easy."
seed.
Yeah, that was embarrassing. Yeah, Jason Tatum's just so fucking embarrassing. It's just so annoying.
Yeah.
But then again, he is champion.
Yeah, they won. Congrats, Mickey Mouse ass ring.
I think I said on part. I think Hank said it on part of my takes. Like, I mean, they did do it. So, I mean, when he said we did it, he wasn't wrong. It made my skin crawl. The entire thing. Yeah. The Nuggets. You're right. Jamal Murray is the one to blame for all of this
I'll never
pain and
forget
suffering
Jamal
we're
Murray
getting.
for this.
Yeah.
So the whole season he was kind of meh, and you're like, okay, well, as long as he shows up in the playoffs, he's playoff Murray. That's fine. And then he didn't play well in the Lakers series. He did hit those crazy buzzer beaters, which I'll never. I mean, that was a win. Those were awesome. But then the way that he didn't show up at all until Game 7 for the Minnesota series is disappointing.
But wait, isn't Jokic supposed to be the best player? So why would it be somebody else's fault, not the best player's fault?
Well, I mean
I know you didn't watch the series.
I mean, you need two good players. And I know Jokic is the only one to ever win a championship with 0 All-Star, 0 Defensive Players of the Year, 0 Defensive Player of the Year selections.
I'm stuck in the spin cycle. Whoa.
But, you need at least your non-All-Star ass teammates to, contribute a little bit.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
So.
What's going on, Tyler? How's your week been?
And also, a side note, according to 76ers fans, if they had Jamal Murray, Embiid would have 2 rings by now. So.
How? Embiid doesn't play past April. Wow.
Yeah, you need a good number one. I mean, to start.
Neither does
To
Jamal
Tyler's
Murray,
point,
right?
you need your best player to play. What, Tyler?
Jamal Murray doesn't play, really, right? Isn't he always hurt?
No.
He is always hurt.
Yeah.
I don't think he's always hurt.
See, Brett, I don't even watch, and I
don't think he's always hurt. No, you guys are just wrong. I don't think he's always hurt. He was hurt for the first couple of years of his career. I don't think he's been that hurt since.
I know.
This playoffs.
You know what
Not
I
like
know?
injured or like he couldn't play, but like it was.
Yeah, well, Luka
effective.
Doncic was fucking wearing 18 ice packs for a finals game. We're not talking about him being hurt.
Well, he was
Yeah,
literally dragging that team though.
yeah, and he won 3 series, so that's fine.
But what I do know is Moutier.
Moutier. Those are the times, dude. Those are the good old days. Back when Emmanuel Moutier was the best thing that ever happened to us.
Oh yeah.
I thought he was going to be it, and it's fine. It all works out.
You know what he had? You know what he did? He learned Chinese, buddy.
Oh, is he over in China now?
Yeah. Also, I think he is Chinese. Isn't he a Chinese national? Am I crazy? Is that wrong?
I'm not gonna touch that one. Next.
I mean, it's not like anything crazy. So what's going on, Tyler? How was your week?
It was good. Yeah, didn't really do much. Yeah, pretty boring. All in all. You know what I have been doing though is just taking TVs outside. The whole buddy. TV outside just hits different.
That man did it one time, so I'm addicted.
Dude, and it's easier for me to just take it to the garage because obviously they're right next to each other instead of having to go upstairs and take everything.
Yeah.
It's just the same. I was in there, was it Wednesday, watching the College World Series game. Florida fucking stinks. That state is ass. Go home. And then I watched the hockey game in there last night. Yeah, I just hang out in there till like midnight watching How I Met Your Mother, and life's good.
I love that you're doing that, even though like your basement is essentially just an extension of your garage. So I just don't know the difference.
Yeah, I don't
that
know. It's
wall
just
makes.
something about being outside, you know?
Yeah, I see the patio TV being an outstanding.
I want
line,
one
but the
so
garage
bad,
TV
but they are so expensive.
Yeah, because you got to waterproof them too, right?
Well, I mean, you don't leave them outside.
You can cover them, restaurant patio.
I got a monster or a monitor on wheels that I'll take out onto the patio on college football days.
What are you, like a fucking substitute teacher in middle school? You just wheel it out there on the cart?
Yeah.
Yeah, because, well, you know what, Brett? Those were the best fucking days in school. So, yeah, if I'm providing that kind of joy to myself, yeah, that's me.
I'll never forget the time we watched the first Romeo and Juliet, and it's just fucking, like, literally watching a 13-year-old bang a 16-year-old was just wild in school.
I got a question for you, Brett. You're a little bit older than us. Do you remember watching 9/11 at school?
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
You do too, Tyler?
I do.
Okay.
I was in first grade.
Actually, not. I don't remember in school, but I remember going home and watching it because I remember we had that big screen TV in our living room for some reason. Like it was huge and it weighed like 500 pounds.
It was Dad's house, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. TV on top and the speaker.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yes. It was fucked.
Yeah, but it was supposed to be like super cutting edge. Like I know what you're talking about. Is that big silver one? Yeah. Or no, did we not have that one? It was a big silver one.
Or I think it was black.
Yeah. Black? Okay. Maybe
the second one was silver.
Okay. Yeah, we always had some funky ass TVs. It's hilarious. Yeah. Thinking back.
And looking back, love our dad, but I wish I could have been there to be like, hey, don't buy that fucking $1,000 TV.
Well, do you remember the 80-inch TV that I bought?
Yeah.
Still exists, I guess. That's the best purchase I've ever made. If I'm being honest. Like, that's my net worth right now, is that TV.
But you have an 80-inch TV?
Had an 80-inch TV. Well, I was working valet at the time, and I was making stupid money as an 18-year-old with no bills. Because I was in high school. So I was like, you know what? I'll go to one of those rent-to-own places and just get a TV. So I just made like, I don't know, probably like $80, $80 a month payments on this TV for like 3 years. And
what a scam! You got fucking scammed.
Before anyone knew what was going on, it was mine. But yeah, I don't care. It was fun. It was great. I left it with my dad, obviously, because it would have been tough to bring it anywhere else. So tough to lug an 80-inch TV around anywhere. So Yeah, it's gotten some good use, got some good miles out of it. I will say I did wake up, like, I know I am my father's son, because I woke up with this random primal urge just to buy a TV. Just out of sleep, I was like, I'm gonna get up and buy a TV today.
Yeah.
Thank God I talked myself out of it once I got some coffee in me, but it was touch and go there for a while.
Hey,
Oh shit,
Oh,
Bookie
man.
Brook on the
Oh,
fucking
what's
mic.
up,
Who did you
fellas?
have in the College World Series, dude? Who's supposed to win in your mind?
Tennessee.
Oh no, I didn't even
mean-
honestly. I didn't even see them in the tournament. What happened?
What do you mean?
I mean,
The number one overall
so
seed.
well, I'll give you guys context. I completely forgot that it was going on, and I didn't realize we were already to the finals. So I didn't start watching it until that fucking Texas A&M Florida game, the last one, the elimination game. I didn't know because I've just been working all the fucking time, and I don't know what time it is. So I turned on the TV, and it was just fucking Florida Texas A&M. It was the semifinal elimination game. Like, Jesus, okay.
Love that.
Yeah,
I wish I was in Omaha. I wish I got to go to the games, dude.
I went to one last Sunday, the Tennessee North Carolina game. I was doing some advanced scouting because the Mets are supposed to take Vance Honeycutt in the draft. So I was out there with my 80-20 scale. I can put in work.
Fuck yeah. So where does he rank? Where do you got him? Give me
I
the
got
metric.
power. I got power at a 55 because it's not an 80, it's 60. Now I'm all confused. I think it's at 60. So power 55. He had a tank. Speed at a 50. Fielding I put at a 55. Contact I put at a 50.
So he's just average.
We got Billy Bean over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, I mean, wait, so why do you keep saying out of 60? It is out of 80. 80 is the highest you can go.
Is that? I thought it was 60.
No, it's 80-20. You're right. You were right.
Okay. So then
Does that change your scale a little bit?
Yeah. So then instead of 50, it's 70 and 75.
Okay. All right, okay, that makes more sense. It's
Glad
like
we're all on
you're
the same
describing
page.
as the most mid baseball player of all time. I realize we're getting Lucas Duda back.
But also the ability to get on base, that's an 80.
Oh, he just
That guy
got it.
just finds ways to get on base.
What does he do, Pete? He gets on
He
base.
gets on
base.
He's got big boobs. He's got big tits.
Best movie ever.
Best skit ever. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? You've seen that one?
Yeah.
I have
Yes.
not.
It's,
Brooke, it was where
Bites that did
yeah, Will
Moneyball
Compton
skit.
was in it too. They did a Moneyball skit, but instead of like
I have
it
seen
being
that with
the analytics
Feidelberg.
guy. Yeah. Instead of being the analytics guy, it's just a guy it's Feidelberg just pointing to him. He's like, she's got big tits. And at the very end, it's like, the Oakland A's put together one of the most polarizing baseball teams of all time. Just a bunch of hot chicks. They went 0-1. They went 0-162, but sold out every game.
Love that.
So I mean, College World Series, is it over then, or are they playing the finals this weekend? Yeah,
Game one starts today.
and it's it's not. It's Texas A&M and shit. Who was it?
Tennessee.
Oh, it is Tennessee.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought they were out of it.
No.
Oh, so they're going to win, is what you're saying? They're going to win.
Yeah.
God, I need to fucking get on some ESPN.
I mean, that's
need
a
to
safe
figure out what's
assumption
going on.
because they typically do come in as the number one overall seed and get bounced in the regional or super
Yeah.
regional at latest.
They're
But
I was going to
different.
say
Yeah.
they're Tennessee's toughest games so far have been against the 4 seed Evansville in the super regional.
I think that Florida State game, the first one they played, was tough though.
Yeah, that one
Were
was,
they-
but
They were down 3 runs in the bottom of the 9th and walked it off.
Yeah.
So I heard so much crying about that game because of that swing.
That
He
check
did.
swing was he swung,
he did swing.
and that
And
would
that's
be
bad.
strike 3, and that the game is over.
And that's bad. I was bad. But also, you can't just give up 3 runs after that.
Sure.
Baseball is like the weirdest sport like that, though, where a big call goes against you like that. And I swear it's like Murphy's Law. Everything that can go wrong will go wrong after that.
I guess it just feels like getting a weird call like an invalid fair catch signal, but then you still get the ball at the 45-yard line with a minute and a half to go. and then blame the refs because you can't get a first down.
Listen, brother, as a Cubs fan, when you're up, what were they up? The Bartman years. When they I think they were up 3 or 4 runs, and the Bartman thing happened, and I don't want to go there. But
Yeah.
Hey, Brooks, speaking of the Cubs, get ready to win Grimace, buddy.
Yeah, Tyler told me that yesterday.
That shit's so funny. Oh, by the way, I completely forgot why I had 2 tabs open on my computer for Emmanuel Mudiay. He's Congolese.
Yeah.
He's not Chinese.
Not even the same continent, but good work.
Glad we got to the
back to baseball, the Cultural Series, though. The beauty of the Cultural Series is, Florida State got fucked over in that first game, but they had a second chance, and they got blown out. So
yeah. I don't want to hear it.
I
heard folks complaining it was like SEC bias. I'm like, nobody pushed that agenda harder than I do, and that's a stretch.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think the umpire just wasn't paying attention.
I think Brandon's getting soft. That was some soft ass shit I just heard Brandon say. He's like, normally I do this, but
I think Brooke and I are breaking down Brandon.
Really?
Because we keep just calling out all this fucking bullshit. We're not taking it anymore.
I mean, this man is so
business, my boy.
Nervous about what he says about Heinrich Harburg now. He's like,
yeah, I can't even say that I think Nebraska's a good quarterback anyway without getting tomatoes chucked at me by these two.
Naughty little boys.
I think Brandon Grundy, and we just fucking throw tomatoes at him, break him down.
Speaking of that, I tell you guys, I did circling back to 2 weeks ago, I did speak to Dominic after our show.
Yeah, kind of gave me just a little update on that.
We just gave me a little more insight into what happened. He basically said he went outside. So I guess I think it's just my fault for not remembering the layout of these buildings, because he keeps saying he was inside where he got the spaghetti was thrown on the wall outside, but he had to come out from inside to go like confront whoever possibly threw it. And then he went upstairs to the parking garage and stalked around there by himself for a few minutes like a fucking maniac. And that's pretty much it. He's like, that's it. I asked him a few questions, like, where could it come from? Who could have thrown it? He's like, I don't know. So we had the ballistics report. We have no body. We have no crime, or we have no suspects as of this time.
Cold case.
I was talking to Jake Hobbs at Seth's wedding the day after.
Was it him?
No, he was just telling me stories of being out with Dominic and how much of a fucking psycho he is. So I can't imagine what that was like. Him just fucking probably chest puffed out, fucking running around that parking garage. People are terrified. So would have been a sight to see for sure.
Oh, dude, it's Mike White's fault, because he got Dominic to a point where it's like it's okay to like let out your fucking primal urges. Because like that, like seeing those two together back in the day, oh my god, dude, it was just the fucking worst.
R.I.P. Mike White.
R.I.P. my boy. So you've only how come you haven't gone to that many College World Series games? What's going on this year?
I don't know. This year it's been better weather wise. Like it's not 108 degrees every day. But I don't really like going. I don't know.
Dude, where the fuck did that Ferris wheel come from?
They've always had
that. Really? I saw it on my screen. I gasped.
I think
was like, what the
used
fuck?
to have it, but they haven't had that Ferris wheel the last couple of years.
Oh, thank you, Brooks. See, I'm happy you're here. We need a fact checker.
But I think they have had it before. I'm not, but definitely not every year.
Where is it at?
Right behind the stadium.
Oh, so it's just right out there?
Yeah. Like if you're watching the games
in the wind, brother.
Okay.
In between the CenturyLink and the stadium, right behind the
CenturyLink, dude. I couldn't remember what it was called the other day because I was saying
CHI Health Center, but
okay,
fuck. They changed the name so many times.
Well, I told Zarina it was the Quest Center, so I was like, I can't remember what the fuck it's called. I know it used to be the Quest Center.
It'll always be the Quest Center.
Oh my god,
for sure. Those were the good old days. Brooke, what have you been up to? How was your week?
Good, no complaints.
Yeah,
some baseball.
Have you been winning any bets?
Yeah, actually this week, not too bad.
Don't sound so surprised.
I know.
Well, baseball you're literally like, bookie Brooke.
I mean, betting on baseball is just not for the faint of heart. I think it was 2 or 3 days ago. I like turned a game off because I had bet on the Rays and they were up 6-2 going in the ninth. And then I check my phone. Minnesota scores 4 runs to tie it. And I'm like, are you fucking shitting me?
Mm-hmm.
It never happens when you need it to happen. But I look away and of course it happens. But they ended up
100%.
winning. All's well that ends well. But man, I hate that shit.
It is the worst. I do have a friend who his betting strategy is he bets on players. He does like players to get a hit parlay or players to get on base parlays. Just like 2 or 3 players to do like maybe 2 or 3 a day. And he says he has good success with them. I want to do that, but I know that I'm just going to figure out a way to fuck it up somehow. So it's not even worth it.
I mean, it's one of those things. It's very niche because, like, I don't know. One player has an off day. I mean, going 0 for 3 or 0 for 4 is very common. So,
And you probably have to
Yeah,
string
but-
together a few wins to make that pay off. I don't know what those
I mean,
are.
if you're putting the parlays in, if you're getting like, I don't know, let's just say he's getting like plus 200, plus 300, he's putting like $5-10 down each bet, so he's betting $30 a day. One of those hits, I mean, it's going to be what 10 plus, so it's going to be $30 for one, for $10 bet anyway at plus 200. That's not bad.
but
I don't know his strategy. I'm just ballparking it.
It depends on who he's betting on because, like, if he's betting on players that are minus 380 to get a hit and he's like, and it's even money, I don't know if that's worth it. But
Yeah. I mean, knowing him, I know the odds are good because he doesn't make a bet unless the odds are good. He's a plus sign dog. That's my guy. So I don't know. I told him to start feeding me fucking bets, and all he did the last time I saw him was just talk about how much he's winning. It's like, okay, well that's cool.
Those are the worst.
Glad you're having a good time. Yeah, you're fucking one of those people, dickhead.
How am I one of those people? I save you from my losses. I'm out here doing the Lord's work.
You're right. You're valid for that. You're valid.
I do
Um,
$100 if Tennessee wins the College World Series, though. So
All right, I'm rooting for
That's pretty
Tennessee.
cool.
This is a Tennessee podcast. Volunteers. Is it Knoxville they're in?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's go. Let's go Knoxes. Let's go Holes. You guys want to keep? Go ahead.
Billy Amick, his walk-up song is fucking electric.
What is it?
I forget the name of the song.
Is it Stroke Me? I don't know the name of the song.
No,
I'm terrible.
But everybody, all the Tennessee fans stand up and they clap.
It's a very 80s rock song for it.
Oh, is it like Billy Madison? That one? Stroke.
No, it's
Stroke.
everybody.
Yeah, that's the one.
Oh.
Yeah. Stroke man's jumping. Stroke.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sick. And everybody's just fucking clapping.
You know what's funny? I know it's not called Stroke Me. I know I don't remember the name of the song, but I've always thought it was Stroke Me Too. I've always thought it was Stroke Me Too.
Somebody stroke me.
Stroke.
Sounded like that's what they were saying.
No, I've always thought it too, but apparently that's not even close to what they're saying. And like that's the name of that is the name of the song, but that's not even close to what it's not Stroke
That's the
Me at
name
all.
of the song?
Yeah, apparently. But it's not Stroke Me, but whatever they're saying is the name of the song. Does that make sense? And it's not Stroke Me. It's not close to 80 Stroke Me.
Interesting.
Yeah. Speaking of electric, so I did watch a little bit of the case race last night. At a certain point, I had to turn it off at like 3 a.m. because just a bunch of dudes screaming right before bed. It's like this is stressing me out. I gotta go to bed. I'm gonna turn it off, change to something else.
Let's do a little reading here. I had the lyrics pulled up. So it says, "Now everybody, have you heard? If you're in the game, then stroke's the word.
Oh,
Don't take no rhythm. Don't take no style. Got a thirst for killing. Grab your vial. Ugh."
is this a Rick Ross song?
Yeah. And then skipping down,
Oh,
stroke me. Could be a
is it
winner,
really
boy.
Stroke Me?
You move mighty well. Stroke me. Parentheses, stroke. Stroke me. You got your number down. Stroke me. Say you're a winner, but babe, you're just a sinner now.
One of the great poets of our generation.
So I took two things away from that. One, I don't think I've ever been more wrong about anything in my entire life. That was just amazing how fucking incorrect I was. And then two, that song is just about stroking.
Yeah.
Like that's the Gooners anthem.
And killing.
And killing.
The Gooners anthem is crazy.
Oh shit, David! That's Davis's song. That's Davis's walk-up song every time he walks into any fucking party he's in. From here to the end of time, I don't care. But oh yeah, electric entrances. Big Cat's entrance was electric. I did say that. Like when he just sprinted in and chugged that beer. Like I was fucking fired up.
Was breathing heavily into the mic for like the next 10 minutes.
Yeah, well,
Beers was better.
Dude, they were.
Beers was better. Yeah, I loved how he just kept
dirty.
picking on Brandon. Yeah.
Just kept chucking the cups at him.
And they kept zooming in on his little fucking pee-pee. That was fucking rude.
Yeah, honestly, I'm at the point where I haven't even gotten through all of the entrances yet. I think there's probably like 3 left for each team. So I got a little bit to go. I was probably going to turn it on today. I was going to make some carnitas. Slow cook some carnitas.
I don't know if this is going to ruin it, but can I tell you the total beers? Like
Yeah.
They drank 200 beers almost in like, what was it, 2 or 2.5 hours?
I mean, it's not a small amount, but 200 divided by 10, 200 for each team, right?
Yeah, there's 16 people total.
That's 20 beers a person. So they didn't even go through a full case each. Pussies.
Yeah, no, actually, there's 16 people, so it's like what?
There's 16. Okay, so it's
12, almost 12 beers per person.
Yeah, you're right.
But anyway,
all right. Do you remember? I was trying to. Oh, Brandon Brooke.
I just haven't heard from him yet. He's over there all mysterious.
Yeah, I haven't seen the case race, so I thought I'd set the segment out.
Sure.
You should watch it. Make your baby watch it. It's like, you know how you put the headphones on the pregnant belly.
Yeah,
we do that, but with the case race. Just Dana Beers screaming into the microphone for your baby's ears.
My lady will get mad because I think it's super funny and turn on like angry Eminem, and she's like, "What happened to this nice music that I had selected for us?"
No, let him know early.
How much he hates his ex-wife.
Oh.
Have you guys been keeping up with the hockey series? Well, you said you watched the hockey game last night. I'm kind of stoked. I'm happy that it's a good series. I'm happy that we're going back to Game 7, going back to Florida, right?
Yep.
Going back to the old barn down there in Florida.
Monday night.
Where do you guys stand? Who do you want to win?
Oilers.
Canada.
I mean, you're not a red-blooded American if you don't want the Oilers to win.
Yeah.
I couldn't agree more. Yeah, fuck the Panthers. Fuck Florida. Fuck
Did
you,
you
Brandon,
see,
it sounds like.
Did you see that gal? She works for Playboy now.
Yeah, I did actually.
Oh.
I sent that to the group chat last night. I don't know if you saw that.
Oh,
but,
yeah, that was you.
Yeah.
Of course it was.
I love Brandon's reaction. He goes, "Oh."
Yeah, it was an announcement for her thing, and somebody quote tweeted and said, "Oilers girl flashes on Twitter. Barstool interview 1. Posing for Playboy 2. Loved internationally 3. I do the helicopter at a Blue Jay game. Registered felon 1. Banned for life 2. Family won't speak to me 3.
Whole standards, dude.
But yeah, honestly, every time I hear her voice, I forget that was the girl that flashed her tits. Because I'm just like, oh, okay, I don't want to listen to this anymore. Because she's just so Canadian. It's not her fault. She just happens to be Canadian.
I haven't.
I don't think she's talking now, and she wasn't talking in that video where her titties were out.
Correct.
Whoa, Brandon. Whoa.
Kind of takes me out of the immersion.
It was art.
Well,
it was art imitating life, imitating art.
Some
but
things
it's not
are
like
bigger
Brett's
than-
just like, I don't want to hear you talk. I just want to, that's what I'm here for.
Yeah.
And now you're saying words at me?
Dude.
Well, the first time I heard her, Tyler, I'm actually surprised you didn't hear this. She went on Spittin' Chicklets, I want to say like last week or a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
I thought that interview was hilarious.
I saw that she was on there. I didn't watch it, though.
She was in a box last night with Biz.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Hey, Biz was also in a box, if you know what I mean.
Whoa, wee. It's a family show.
It's not. Fuck you. Yeah, that series is super exciting. I do want to see McDavid get one. Fuck the Florida Panthers. You're right. And Brooke, I think you're onto something because that might just be our championship too. We might have to. Canada might have to sit this one out if the Oilers win. This might be an American championship.
I saw a tweet yesterday that said these two women have absolutely taken over the internet during Pride Month, and it was Oilers girl and then the Hawk Tuah girl.
Okay, I'm glad you brought that up. What the
Spit on
fuck?
that
Like,
thing.
why is that so fucking funny?
Dude, it's fucking hilarious.
I
I
don't
can't
think
get
it's
enough
that
of it.
funny. Like that's very
so
much
good.
like 12 years ago humor. Like, you know what I mean? It would have been funny on Twitter 12 years ago. I just don't understand why it's funny now.
Next segment.
No, come on, let's talk about it. Let's have a dialogue.
Well, I mean, it is funny now, so I don't know how you could be like, oh, I
Yeah.
don't understand.
Yeah, I'm not saying I'm right. That's what I'm saying. Let's start a
You know,
dialogue. You guys tell me how it's
old
funny, and
man.
I'll tell you how you're wrong.
Like I
So
see the
Okay.
memes about it, and it makes me giggle. That's
Every time.
That's it.
I don't. This is one of those things you can't like explain why it's funny. If it's not funny to you, then you're just old and you need to go away.
Yeah.
I think the funny
Well,
part
I
about
just-
it to me is how it's evolved. Because like I would see the videos on my For You page, and it was great. But then once it goes to Twitter, it turns into a whole different beast.
Oh, dude.
Like I saw somebody had a picture of like AJ Hawk and then Tua in the same picture. It's like Hawk Tuah.
Yeah.
So
that was
yeah,
PFT.
that's
That was
funny.
fucking hilarious.
Yeah, it's funny to me. It's funny
So-
to see how something like this can change into a whole different deal.
I
I'm
also
sorry
like
you don't
how
see it like that. It's a sad way to be.
it turned into like a fucking manhunt for this woman.
He doesn't have
Awesome.
social media.
People were trying to fucking hunt her down.
And see, that's my point. That's why the only reason why it's popular is because everyone's so fucking horny online nowadays, and it's so
Dude.
acceptable to be horny online. Like, that's the only reason why people think it's funny. That's the only reason why it's popular, is because people are just fucking horn dogs. And the fact they're hunting this girl down.
Have you been on Twitter in like the last year?
Of course I have.
Dude, I mean, it's just
That's why I'm
it's
saying that's
everywhere.
like it's gotten so much more acceptable to be horny online. That's why people are just fucking clown, like, you know,
Well, I
flocking
think
to this
I
too.
mean, first of all, it's always been acceptable
Yeah.
to be horny online.
Yeah.
And now
Like-
Yeah,
likes
but
are
in front of other people.
But likes are
I will
private.
say that I have been utilizing the private likes just because, you know, what if I want to look at something later?
Jesus.
The private likes is just now the
what-
Wild West. Like,
Yeah, what if I just want to see
winter is
something later?
just something else.
I will say if I can say something serious real fast, that honestly I think kind of genius. So Twitter or X did recently announce, you know, that, you know, porn is you can upload porn onto the site, which everyone thought was crazy. But what they also did was outlaw advertising for sexual content, and since the sharpest fucking. I'm trying to think of the right way to put this, but I haven't seen nearly as much pornographic content on my feeds as I used to, and honestly, kind of a genius move. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I definitely have.
I mean, I didn't have that much porn on my feed to begin with.
You're
so-
lying.
It was just always in the replies, and it's not in the replies anymore. Now it's just
Oh,
people just spreading
I
racism
see.
and
I see
you know,
what you mean.
other theories. I don't see any tits or asshole.
Not as much my pussy in bio.
There are guys that have porn on their Twitter timelines, and there are liars. I guess we know where Brandon's.
Yeah, and we have these two boxes over here. We have that
Yeah.
box all the way over there.
I was gonna say my Twitter's so bad it's gotten to the point I can't open it in public.
Oh yeah, absolutely not.
I'm just
so
terrified what's gonna pop up on there.
for my job, sometimes I have to go to Twitter and like look for shit like videos and shit like that for the news, and I'm so afraid to open it up on my work computer sometimes.
I would not do that.
I have
I'll
to.
go to the bathroom really quick with my computer. Make sure it's all clear, and then I'll be back.
I have to get an air-gapped laptop before I fucking get on Twitter.
Or get one of those privacy screen protectors.
Yeah, no, it's tough. I will say that I was scrolling Twitter and I just did see some girl just get her face came on while I was at work. I was like, okay, it's time to get off.
But you watched that thing all the way through.
I did though. I mean, I had to. I mean, I see what was going on. I see why they posted it. It's just, you know, would be rude
He's a
not to.
plot guy. He had to know why that pizza needed to be lit.
Hey, Brett, we need you for this meeting. Yeah, hold on. I just got to put my headphones in real fast.
Oh god.
Brett, is that moaning coming out of your head?
shit. Ah, boy, don't you just hate it when your headphones disconnect? Brooke, I'm actually happy you're here. I need your thoughts on this. So earlier this week, it was announced that the Kansas legislators have passed a bill to aggressively pursue both the Kansas City Chiefs and the Kansas City Royals, trying to lure them over to Kansas by building them like an entire sports complex. I brought this up to Tyler last night. I brought this up to Brandon earlier. I don't think it's going to happen. I think it's all just a ploy. I don't think the Chiefs are going to leave Kansas City, but I think if they go to Kansas, that makes them so much less serious as a franchise. I think it's hilarious to go to that barren wasteland that is Kansas.
I think the way I understood it, it was they were trying to attract one away, not both.
No, it's both.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know then.
I don't know if it's an either
It's
or
literally
situation.
20 minutes away from each other, so I don't think it makes a difference either way. But
that's the thing; it does makes a big difference, brother.
They're still gonna beat the fuck out of us, so it doesn't matter.
Shut the fuck up, Tyler. No, they're not. They're in Kansas now. You don't lose to a team in Kansas. Does Kansas even have an airport in that state?
I'm sure they have a couple.
They got a pretty nice.
Well, they have a couple
so
airfields, dude. They have a couple airfields. I'm asking if they have an airport. Settle down.
I mean, you just called the entire state of Kansas a loser when Bill Self has made a career out of just winning there. So Bill Snyder
violating NCAA. No, honestly.
Yeah.
So you guys aren't taking this serious. You guys are taking this discussion seriously.
You thought you were doing something there, but I mean,
I legitimately thought I was making a fun point, and you guys just completely shit on it. Now, like, I thought this was going to be a 5-minute conversation. It turns into just me sounding like an idiot.
Do they keep the name Kansas City Chiefs? Because it feels crazy to be named after a city in a state that you don't participate in.
Well, there's
Kansas City,
New York.
Kansas.
Yeah, I was going to say
New York
there's
does
Kansas
that, so I
City
guess-
in both states.
Yeah.
Jackass.
Yeah. Sorry, I don't
Yeah,
know geography of Kansas.
Dude, I'm about to fucking start loading up tomatoes, dude.
These guys go to Paris, fucking Tennessee, and they're like, "Oh yeah, this is fucking dope. I can't believe we're in Paris right now."
That's not even whatever.
Yeah.
Next.
Kansas City, Tennessee, or Kansas City, Missouri.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay. All right. Well, what do you guys want to talk about since you're so fucking smart?
Um,
You guys been golfing yet?
I've only gone out 2 times this year.
Not enough.
Shit's expensive, man.
It really is. It's crazy. And also, I think I might be a 9-hole guy. Every time I play 18, the back 9 is just a mess, and I lose so many more balls.
Don't hit him in the fescue.
Yeah.
Hit him in the fairway, jackass.
Yeah. Okay. That's good advice.
Be
I will
better.
say I probably said this before, but I think I'm right there to where I'm not dog shit anymore. I'm just consistently below average, and honestly, it feels good. It's been a long road to get here, but it feels nice. I'm able to hit drives off of tee box, hit it straight. Man, I kind of figured out the stroke.
Hell yeah. Keep her going.
Mm-hmm. Well, sounds like we don't have anything else to talk about, boys, because you guys are just silent after that Kansas City thing I just brought up.
It's just so dumb. You just took the wind out of our sails here.
Yeah.
How did I take the dude? Like, just have fun with it. Just have fun one time. Try it out one time and see if you like it. Maybe put it back.
I would try if it was actually a good conversation to have.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, let's just end our conversation talking about the Grimace led Mets. Grimace is our god now. For those of you that don't know, the Mets have been struggling most of the season. Once it turned to June, the gay Mets came out. They started winning games, and then fucking Grimace showed up. That big purple bitch threw out the first pitch. The Mets went on a 7-game win streak. They did lose one in that span, but they are currently 8-1 since Grimace after Grimace. And I never thought that purple fuck would get me to watch baseball 5 days in a row for the first time this season, but God damn it, Tyler, they did.
Yeah, it's been fun. I do think that this is like a really fun thing for the Mets. It got me to watch baseball again, but of course the first game that I watched was a game that they lost. But I did watch the game yesterday with Brooke here. It was really fun for me, not so much for him. because his god Shota really just didn't come to play yesterday.
Yeah, that boy woke up with a 1.89 ERA. What did he leave with?
2.96.
Yikes. That's tough.
I mean,
to
imagine giving up 10 runs and still having under a 3.
I know, it's insane, right?
Yeah, he's good. Not yesterday though. I was gonna say something. I can't fucking remember what I was gonna say.
Was it about what we were just talking about?
Grimace, the Mets.
Yeah.
Francisco Lindor is sneakily having one of the best seasons as for a shortstop in the league this year.
Yeah. I remember what I was gonna say. So there's a stat floating around out there that since what was it, April 30th, the Mets are 17-2 with Francisco Lindor in the lineup, and they are like 18-40 without him in the lineup. They say Francisco
Lindor?
Alvarez. Sorry, Francisco.
Oh,
Alvarez.
yes, Francisco Alvarez. Okay.
Yeah.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah, which is kind of cool to have a young guy.
Well, that's the thing people
make a
aren't
bigger impact.
talking about is I think I want to say the exact day that Grimace threw out the first pitch was also the exact day that Francisco Alvarez came back.
Yeah.
Nobody's talking about the fact that Alvarez is the key. No, it's fucking Grimace, and I believe that with my heart. It still is Grimace.
So when do we start acting like the Braves and sign him to a 15-year, $200 contract?
If it doesn't have yeah, exactly. We don't do anything like that. That'd be insane because you're right. And I keep trying to do that on MLB The Show. Nobody fucking takes that offer either.
I just want to
like if I see somebody.
Did you say Francisco Lindor is having one of the best seasons ever?
No, one of the best seasons for a shortstop in the league this year. And he's consistently been one of the best shortstops in the league over the past, honestly, since he came to New York. Since after his first season in New York, he's been one of the best shortstops in the league. Mets fans are just fucking stupid. Actually, all fans are stupid at a certain point. But they only see what's in front of their face. They don't really have any forethought or original thoughts of their own. So this is Francisco Lindor struggling. Oh, not worth the money, not worth the contract. Nope, his defensive WAR is still up. His FWAR is still there. His batting. I still don't know what WRC or WC plus is, WRC plus is, but all I know is it's pretty good. And that's all I need to know for him right now.
There are a lot of those stats in baseball that I don't understand.
It's not.
Brandon Nimmo's heating up. That's good to see.
Yeah, now it's just like we're quickly becoming potential buyers at the deadline. I don't know how I feel about that because I still think the team is kind of bad. So I don't think that buying is the right answer. But
Tyler,
what?
I hate doing this because Dad does it all the time, but I know for a fact I fucking said it to both you motherfuckers. When I made my prediction for the Mets this year, I said we're going to be 500 by the All-Star break. We're going to make it through with our pitching, just try to fucking patch it up, try to get there, and then we become buyers. We go get a couple arms at the deadline, maybe a bat, and then we'll see what happens.
But I don't know.
If we can go and get 2 top-line starters and then get Senga back, I think we're there.
The biggest impact, though, has been Jose Iglesias coming up. Yesterday on the broadcast, they were equating it to like when we got Kelly Johnson and Juan Uribe. Just brings that excitement to the team. So that's kind of fun, I suppose.
Yeah, I did hear Gilbs make that comparison.
Yeah,
I think it was like in the 7th inning at some point. I was half paying attention and wanted to rewind it back.
Yeah, and just getting that veteran leadership on the team. And I think there are a lot of real reasons why we're playing better, but I like that we're just focusing on McDonald's mascot instead of looking at the real reasons. But it's been fun.
I've never really been. I've always thought religion was pretty stupid. But honestly, if this is what your God does, he just makes your team win baseball games. I'm all in because that's all my God does. He just helps my team win baseball games. So that's fucking dope. Shout out. Actually, he's down here. He's down here with us. He's amongst us.
So yeah, it's fun. And now I'm just thinking like what do we do with Pete? What do we do with JD Davis? JD
I mean,
Martinez.
he's available. Should we go
JD
scoop?
Davis.
Yeah, he's available. He's
I
got
miss
cut.
JD. I miss JD.
I
miss
don't.
Wilmer.
I don't.
It was good to see Tomas get in the game yesterday.
Tyler just misses everybody who's ever put on a Mets uniform.
Yeah,
Dude, don't even ask him about Lucas Duda.
I love.
He
Lucas
fucking misses
Duda.
that. Yeah, he misses that guy so much.
Even
Even though Pete has become Lucas Duda.
and
He did
more-
hit a home run when they were down in a game the other day, though. That was cool. He's never usually does that. That boy's always, they call him a front runner.
Yeah,
You a front runner.
yeah. I don't disagree with that.
But yeah, it's nice to see him coming in clutch. Francisco Lindor has been just the most fun to watch for me. Like I said, I've watched the past 5 days for the first time all year, and he's just been on base pretty much every single time I've looked at the TV. It's been great.
Yeah, yesterday when the game first started, I was like, yeah, like Francisco Lindor's been really hot, and then the next pitch he hits that double.
Mm-hmm.
That felt validating for sure.
Dude, yeah, imagine doing that on the broadcast, on like a live broadcast. Oh, dude, you feel invincible.
I also wanted to talk about the wild card race that's going on in the National League right now.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Brooke and I were talking
hold
about
it up on the
we
screen.
might get like 3 teams that are at or below 500 in the wild card.
I think they'll start separating out around August. But you're right. Like, it is ridiculous how many, like, because I think 10 teams are within a game right now.
Yeah, and the Rockies are in there. They're 10
No,
games or 11 games back.
Oh,
The
shit.
Rockies are not in it. I mean, if you're 10
But-
before.
Oh, I know,
Yeah,
but I'm just saying, like,
technically.
they're
Like they're closer
close.
than they typically are,
Yeah.
Yeah.
or a team with that record.
Brandon,
typically
don't
is,
get me
but
wrong. Nothing would make me happier to see the Rockies in the wild card hunt.
It'd be very funny, but I've made my peace.
I think it's just weird to see what like the teams on the bubble are gonna do, whether they buy or sell. Because I mean,
Well, that's what this expanded wild card's kind of doing to teams is, yeah, because especially in baseball, if you get in, like anybody can win it. Like it's the one sport where like, you know, anything can happen. And well, it's not the one sport, but you know what I mean. But
Yeah.
so that's why teams are kind of paralyzed at the deadline, especially the past few years, because they don't know like what to do, because 1 or 2 key pieces could put you over the top or could, you know, sink your ship. But if you're going to be right there 2 games out, you know, by the deadline, why wouldn't you just, you know, go for it? Maybe grab a couple guys, hedge for the future type thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
Having the third worst record and also only being 2 games out of the playoff hunt at the same time is very silly.
Mm-hmm.
It also is an interesting caveat too, because all these teams are seemingly in it. There are so many less teams that are going to be potentially selling or buying. They're just going to probably stay where they are. So that's interesting as well.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, it's
That's the way
just
to put it.
for teams that already expect it to be bad, like I'm actually looking at this. I don't really the Reds are kind of in it. Yeah, it's like, how could you not go for it if you're right there, especially for the Reds, Pirates, Cubs. I mean, Cubs are 2 games out. They might not, or they might be sellers. I don't know. But the Mets, especially, like when you have all those expectations and you're 500 at the deadline, I mean, you want to, I'm sure Stearns wants to sell, but also at the same time, it's like, I mean, we're a New York team. Like, we got to, you know what I mean, go for it type thing. I don't know. Yeah, it's got to be a weird conversation to have.
As much as I would love to see them make a run, if we're not like 10 games above 500 at the All-Star break, I think you just sell.
So that's not going to happen. So you think we should just sell?
I did, and maybe not a full sale, but you offload.
I think you trade
offload
Pete,
JD.
JD. Yep, I agree. You get rid of those guys. Maybe Jeff McNeil if the offer comes up, which it won't because he
There's not
fucking
gonna be an
stinks.
offer for that.
Yeah.
Or even like Jose Iglesias. Like if somebody wants him, I mean he was a spring training invitee, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And
Also, get rid of Sean Manaea. Not get rid of him, but you know, trade him for assets. You know,
yeah,
good playoff arm.
Mhm.
Jose Quintana, even bring up some of those young guys. Like, you know, let Scott get some reps. I know we have a couple guys waiting in the wings, to get some big league action. Why not bring those guys up? I agree with you. I mean, that's what I did in my franchise in MLB The Show. I traded those guys first year. Next year, I just went and re-signed them again, and we went on the run and 3 championships and 6 years later. So,
another guy that we should sell like sooner rather than later is Starling Marte.
Yes,
because it's coming. I mean, he is such an anomaly right now with how old he is and the way that he's playing the game.
Yeah, I've never seen a career outfielder look so uncomfortable in the outfield before.
I don't think he looks uncomfortable.
Have you seen him play? I've seen routine fly balls that he's had to dive for.
Yeah, I don't know. I think you get rid of him sooner rather than later. And I love having Starling Marte on our team. I just wish that we would have gotten him like 10 years ago, like we were supposed to.
We did 5 years ago. Shout out Major League. I hear you. It's going to be interesting to see what's going to happen. I don't know. I just want to root for. It's been fun rooting for the Mets. I'm just going to keep doing that for a little bit before I start getting pessimistic about the future.
I did see a proposed trade that somebody had on Twitter. It was Garrett Crochet and Lou Bob for Brett Beatty, Luis Angel Acuna, and one other guy. I can't remember his name. He was like the 12th prospect, I think, in our system.
Okay. So who were the other 2 guys? Because you just said like 3 top 10 or at least 3 top 10 prospects.
Garrett Crochet is the best pitcher on the White Sox staff, and he's pretty solid.
He's a major league pitcher?
Yeah. And Luis Robert.
I know Luis Robert. Yeah, he's got the bat. Okay.
Yeah. So
Lou Bob, that's his nickname?
Yeah.
That's so fucking cool.
Yeah.
I love that. All right, now I'm rooting for that trade.
I have this like love for Brett Beatty. I would hate to see him leave because I do think that he can be like a really, really good player. There's some disconnect between AAA and the majors for him. I mean,
some guys are just like that. Some guys are just the best AAA. That's the way they call them, quadruple A players.
Yeah, but like I know the jump from AAA to the majors is obviously huge, but I don't feel like it's that big to be absolutely raking in AAA and you can't touch the ball in the majors.
It's, I mean, you're right. The talent level is insane, but also the pressure, it is different, obviously. You don't really get as much time to figure it out. And I know we went down there and started hitting immediately, but you know what I mean? It's hard to build up a rhythm whenever you come out of the gate struggling because, there's going to be calls for your job. There's going to be, other people that they're going to want to slot into the lineup. And they gave Beatty almost 2 months to figure it out. He just couldn't do it. And
at the start of the year, he was hot.
I know. I loved him. He was fielding really well. He was hitting pretty well. He just kind of fell off hitting. I still think he's a good fielder. I know they want him. I think they got him taking reps at second base, which is why he's still in AAA now. I've become a big Mark Vientos fan. I never thought he'd amount to much. I always thought he was one of those quadruple A guys, but I kind of like him a lot.
I just think he slots better at first.
Probably.
And I think that's what they do is move him over to first whenever they trade Pete or if they trade Pete. And then bring Brett back up. Because if we are selling, I want Brett to be up the rest of the year at third.
Yeah, if we're selling, those guys are going to be up. There's going to be like guys like him, Christian Scott, even honestly, we might even see Angel. Who else? Drew Gilbert. We might see him, which I kind of want to see him get some reps from Marte, if out in right field. For being honest,
yeah,
I know he's a center fielder, but yeah, I mean, it's so fun because I don't think I've ever been this excited about our minor league teams. And I love that the minor leagues are getting more more of a spotlight now because I might have said this last week on the show, but it's just so much more fun rooting for or being able to go watch a minor league baseball games. Like it doesn't matter what my pro team's doing. I just watch the minor league ball. Don't even care about who wins as long as we're having fun.
And they did release updated pipeline rankings, and the Mets are at 9 currently.
Yeah.
So they broke into the top 10. So that's exciting.
I don't think they've been in the top 10 since Fuck, probably since
Jose
those-
Reyes were in this farm system.
Yeah.
Was that
That's
like
crazy.
2003? 4?
Yeah, 2003, 2004. Yeah, because Jose Reyes made his debut in 05 and then Wright in 6.
I think so.
Those are good times. I saw a fucking video of Jose Reyes hitting an inside the park home run. That motherfucker was so goddamn fast, dude.
Yeah.
So goddamn fast.
Yeah. I love that David Wright's still around the team too. Like he's such a fucking great guy.
I know. It's so sad the way his career ended. It makes you cry.
All right, that's enough fucking Mets talk. I feel people don't give a shit, but
fuck them. No, but seriously though, you guys are cool. I love you.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty much talked out. Do you have anything else you want to talk about? What are we talking? We got covered NBA Finals, NHL. We didn't talk Copa America. Brandon, Copa America.
There's some Copa America games here in Dallas,
and that's talking soccer.
I'm so glad you didn't ask any other questions. That's all the information I have.
There are games being played for sure.
Yep.
Talked a little Seam. Oh yeah, Willie Mays passed away. That was sad.
Yeah. 93 though. That's
no, he got up there.
Crazy.
I just kind of like, I don't know, like it was a cool. I wouldn't say it was a cool moment, but it was a fun. It wasn't a fun thing I got to do. I thought it was really cool that I got to write the. So it was breaking news for us. We were about to go on air, probably like 30 minutes. So we had to write. The breaking news hit. Willie Mays passes away. Blah blah blah. They put me in charge of writing it and kind of creating the whole package, which it's a pretty decent amount of responsibility for somebody who just started. And I don't know. I was really proud of the work I did, and it was nice because Willie Mays has always been one of my favorite baseball players. He, widely considered, and correctly so, one of the greatest baseball players of all time. So I thought it was a really cool thing that I got to do to kind of pay tribute.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's it. That's my piece.
The turnaround, like on that, like breaking news comes in, how fast do you have to have it ready?
I mean, honestly, it really depends on the news. It's really just all about kind of programming it and making sure the control room kind of understands what's going on. So that's the worst. That's the hardest part. Just making sure you get the shots ready. You get the graphics ready. Basically, you tell everybody what to do. I'm trying to figure out the best way to describe it. It's not super long. Now I think I'm on the right track. Yeah. So basically, you're programming it into the system. You're basically telling everybody what to do. You're basically calling the play, telling everybody where they need to be, and then you write the script. So it's just a lot of different moving parts. It's a lot of communication that you have to do. But realistically, it's everyone already pretty much knows what they're going to be doing anyway. So it's not that difficult. I'd say you could pretty much do a breaking news hit within like 5-10 minutes. It's just all, like I said, it's all about just getting it into the system. That one took about took me about 15 minutes, and they had it up on the broadcast ready to go for by the end of the A block, which is 10 minutes into the show. So.
Nice.
Yeah.
One other question I do have for you. Speaking of like breaking news and stuff, do you guys have like preset breaking news things? Like,
Jimmy Carter's obituary is written. If that answers your question. Oh, okay. But no, I'm serious. But like, no, that's what we do. Like, if for things we predict are going to happen, like Jimmy Carter passing away, like his package is already created. We're like probably like the day it does happen, probably just have to go and update a few things. But other than that, like, yeah. So like that stuff's already created. But what were you asking?
What about like I don't know. I don't know why this is the first thing on my mind, but like a nuclear attack, like somebody launched nukes at us. Is that package already written?
No, nothing like that. No.
Okay.
I mean, because that's just there's just too many moving parts for that. Like, you know what I mean? Because there's so many different variables. Whereas like, Jimmy Carter passing away, or I mean, even if we did a package on, I don't even think we did a package on the Celtics, but like sports pad broadcast, like they probably had a package ready to go for the Celtics winning it, earlier this week. Even if they would have lost that game, they would have been able to run it. There probably been a Florida Panthers package that was already created. They're probably making an Oilers one now. So yeah, just shit like that. Just things you know are probably going to happen. You just have to go maybe update a few things on the day of.
How many dead people packages do you think you have? So Jimmy Carter feels like an obvious one, but like, do you have one for like King Charles, or like how many do you think are in the tank?
Well, I know, like, I mean, famously, this is how I learned about it. It's like, obviously the Queen had one for, years. I honestly don't know how many we have in the tank. It'd probably be a reasonable amount. Like, oh, I guess that's not that funny. Yeah, I mean, it's just more of like, guess who's still alive? That's the list. You know what I mean? Oh shit, that guy's still alive. Well, he probably has a package.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. So that's the inside baseball. A little inside baseball on my job. I'm actually really enjoying it. It's been a lot of fun. And telling some people last night is like I'm always really hard on myself. So my bosses keep telling me I'm doing a good job, so I have no choice but to believe them. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. They sign your check, so that's all that matters.
That's true. That's a good point.
That's
I'm
a
really
good way to
hoping.
put it.
Yeah. But Brooke, do you have anything else you want to talk about?
Do you guys already talk football or?
No, we haven't talked football.
I mean, mentally, I'm all in on college football season already.
Yeah,
I can't wait for NCAA next month, dude.
it'd be glorious.
I can't wait. I heard you're putting in some reps down there, taking over as the Wyoming OC, trying to grind your way to the top.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Always.
Do you guys have a team you're going to start out with? I know, Brandon, you've joked about this online, but do you guys already know what team you're going to start off with, or you just kind of like as soon as you open it up, it's like, okay, I'll like you going off of vibes?
Or like, do you have a plan? Like, what are you going to do first?
I like starting off as an
Glory
OC.
play now.
I like Road to the Glory. Oh, man, Road to Glory is going to be pretty fun. I'll probably do Road to Glory first. That's usually what I do, and then go to Dynasty.
Yeah.
Because that's my vision. Is I want my coach in Dynasty mode to also have been a player. So.
Oh yeah.
And I don't. People
Got
are
Frost.
so fucking
How'd that work
weird
out?
about like, oh, you're doing them first on your dynasty. Fuck you. So like, I'm gonna do a Nebraska one for like a couple seasons, just because I'm super excited about that team and I want to play with them. I'm not gonna go like a 30-year dynasty with them. I'll play for, like I said, 3 or 4 years, and then I'll switch to some shitty team and do that route. But
I think that's so valid.
it's my fucking game. Why can't I play it the way I fucking want to? Why do I have to go to Toledo? Fuck you.
Well, also,
Yeah.
I feel like it's going to be a lot different than, the revamped college football game that y'all have been playing. So, I mean, why not, break off the cobwebs?
Yes, absolutely. And experience it for what it should be.
Yeah.
And not the way somebody's telling me to play the fucking game.
Yeah, I love seeing those lists come out of like top 10 best schools to start your dynasty with. It's like, okay, guys, thanks. It's a little
If
subjective.
you need that
Okay.
fucking list, you shouldn't be playing the fucking game. Fuck you.
Agreed. Oh, it's so fucking funny.
Yeah, I don't know if you can tell, but I'm fucking sick of that shit.
Speaking of players who are failed coaches, how's Brian Ferentz doing?
You guys tell me. I don't know. I don't fucking keep up with the guy. What, am I supposed to follow him around? Is he coaching high school yet? Is he coaching high school yet?
I mean,
Let's look at Brian.
How you would know?
Ferentz.
Is he not so?
No, you guys know this. I am not
I mean, I
an
could
Iowa fan
tell
like you
you-
guys are Nebraska fans. All I do is win. I'm a winner.
Sure. You're a Mets fan and all you do is win?
Shut the fuck up, dude. You know what I mean.
Oh, sorry.
Talking about college football. He works
You're a
for.
Broncos fan and all you do is
He's an
win?
offensive analyst for Maryland, the Big Ten power.
I'm sorry. You just caught two straight.
Wait, what happens? I wasn't paying
He's
attention. I
talking
was looking
to you
at
about the
Brian
Mets and the Broncos, and I'm fucking just over here like, dude, what the fuck?
That's great.
I give him a
Tyler
point.
ate that. I wasn't even paying attention. That's Tyler just ate it.
Tyler's over here.
Fucking trying to dodge. I'm getting shot up.
Pop, click. Yeah, so offensive analyst for Maryland, the Big Ten powerhouse. They're big back.
For sure.
Watch out for Maryland this season.
Real good this year, Maryland.
All right, I'm gonna go get some cat food, cat litter, and get these carnitas going.
One last thing.
Yes. No, go ahead. We're good. I mean, I can record for 2 hours if you want.
David Shaw joining the Broncos staff.
Yeah, what does that mean?
Okay, that's what my question was. So
Okay.
Yeah,
Brandon?
it almost seems like he realized that nobody's ever going to give him a head coaching job again. So now it seems like he's almost trying to pivot to like front office stuff, which is good. I mean, I think it's a win. I think he's a good guy to have around, but I don't think it's going to
Stanford
move
coach?
the needle a whole lot.
so
Senior personnel executive is his title.
okay. So he'll just okay. I got you.
It
Like, it
does
just
seem
seems like a
a
fucking ceremonial role.
It does. It also seems like a good plan if you're trying to phase out somebody in the front office who has been there for a few years, trying to get those ducks in a row.
Well,
George Paton, maybe?
I did just watch Ballers. So I'm pretty
Okay, you did.
privy to how the front office works.
Fuck yeah,
So-
you are.
I get it. I see the vision. So we're good.
I love that show so goddamn much, dude. That's such a fun fucking show.
Dude, there's
When The
so
Rock
many
was
good-
solely responsible for bringing a team to Las Vegas.
No, they didn't. They didn't end up doing that.
Oh, they didn't end up doing that? I had stopped watching. I got
They were going to, and then somebody tried to fuck him in the deal. So he said, "No, let's keep him in Oakland." And everybody's like, "Yeah, let's do that." And then he became the fucking owner of the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah. I was
That
wondering if you got to
the fucking plot line in that show is just
Oh, I didn't
everywhere.
get that far.
I did not
I'm-
get that
I'm
far
glad.
either.
I'm
I'm
so
pissed.
that's the
now.
last
I'm
season.
so
last season,
pissed.
he
I
was
would've
the
turned it
owner
off.
of the Chiefs.
Have you watched it all?
Yeah,
Jesus.
Yeah, you're crazy for that. You're wild for that.
I watched every single season, every single episode.
I've
took me,
also watched it all, but you ripped through that in like a week.
Yeah. like 4 days.
I have a new podcast idea. I just want Tyler to sit there and like talk about the episodes while we all watch them for the first time.
Ooh,
But like I want that to happen simultaneously.
I could do that. But it's weird. He starts as a sports advisor, like for athletes. He's an advisor for athletes. So I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. It's
He's like a
not
money
at all what
manager.
I
Yeah.
do,
Yeah.
But that's what I think I do. And then putting out fucking fires everywhere. And then the second season, he basically owns the company that they're running. And then, yeah, it's fucking, dude, the plot lines on that show are just, it goes from like here, and then jumps up to here, then jumps up to here, and then here, and then he's the fucking owner of the Chiefs.
All I know is Ricky Jarrett, Hall of Famer in my eyes.
Brooke told me that he is Denzel Washington.
Son, yeah.
Didn't know that.
Yeah. I didn't know it either, but I obviously figured out. I think Tenet is when he started in Tenet, I figured out.
I'm more of
I
a
think
Charles
it's-
Green fan myself.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm more of his wife, a fan of his wife in that
Mhm.
show, for being honest. Yeah.
Bonk.
Also married to Dule Hill is what she is too, by the way. In case you didn't know that. Gus.
Oh really?
Mm-hmm.
I
Who was
thought he-
actually in that show too. Yeah.
I thought he did really well in that show. I was surprised. Just because I had never seen him in like a serious role before, I thought he did really well.
Dude, you should. I mean, I know West Wing isn't your thing, but he was really good in West Wing. He's actually a really good fucking actor. The fact that he was on Psych is actually bizarre considering his career.
Oh, so that
Which
was
is funny
the
to think
outlier.
about. Yeah, which is funny to think
Oh.
about.
Gotcha. And he played that really well, so that's
Oh
impressive.
fuck yeah, he did. Yeah, no, Psych's such a good show.
I was actually thinking, I was talking with Luke about that, like our comfort shows, and I was like, yeah, Psych is one of mine, but I feel like it doesn't hold up as well as like How I Met Your Mother or what's the other one I watch? Anyways, it doesn't hold up as well. Also, fucking Burn Notice, that is hard to watch now.
Yeah, it's a little tough. I agree.
But okay, that's all I got. See you guys later.
But going back to your thing with just finishing up on Psych, I kind of agree. I think it's just the fact I've seen it so many times.
Yeah.
And like the jokes are very I mean, I love the 80s references. I love the 80s references every single time, but also at the same time, you know what's coming. I don't know. It's weird. Have been watching Beverly Hills Cops. Not bad, boys. I'd throw them on if I were you. They're not bad, actually. They hold up well. The new one's coming out February or January or July 3rd. I've been showing Zarina and I have been watching them. She's never seen them, so we watched the first two. Gonna watch the third one. They're pretty fucking good, honestly.
Your mother got a mouth on the back of her neck. She chews like this. Eddie Murphy. Hercules.
Different movie. Wrong movie.
I know, but it's Eddie Murphy.
No,
And,
but
like,
yeah, it's
actually,
the wrong
I
movie.
think
It's the wrong movie. It's not.
I think it's a stand-up special that he does that. New Girl is one of my other comfort shows, and that holds up. Really
Yeah.
well.
I don't know. I haven't really been wanting to get back into that either. I don't know.
You're wrong.
It's been tough. All right, let's get out of here.
It's kind of hard, but yeah. Community's a little difficult to get back into.
Really? I
gotta-
kinda... Go ahead.
Yeah, about halfway through is when I circle back to the
Yeah.
yeah. Because as soon as like I can't, I know it's time to restart it when I just physically can't stand Pierce.
Well, he's a douchebag, so in real
Yeah, so
life and in that show.
It fits. It fits. They wrote that character so well for him. It's crazy.
Yeah. They say, yeah, be yourself. That was a mistake.
Yep.
Racist white guy says, or racist... Wait, what was the Twitter handle? Old racist
What?
white guy says.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Donald Glover is a revelation on that show because I didn't like him like for I want to say most of the beginning stages of the first season, and then obviously you fall in love with him, and then you realize that's Childish. He kind of turns into Childish Gambino at some point, and I don't know. I thought it was cool. I ended up liking him in that show a lot.
Hell yeah. All right, let's get out of here.
Okay. Well, Brandon, Brooke, Tyler, thank you guys so much for coming on. Thank you everybody for listening. Remember, go to the Spotify, go to the YouTube, go to the, I guess, Apple Podcasts, wherever you want to go look at it. We also have an Instagram, Sundays with the Sprinkles, at Sundays with the Sprinkles. Again, yeah, thank you guys so much for listening. We'll see you guys next week. Appreciate it.
Go Big Red.